can see him. I just, maybe if we back up a little bit,
Yeah, just where do you need me?
this will,
How about right here, sir?
yeah, that looks great.
Alright, so let's just try and stay in this little square right here.
Yeah, the first one, I have a few things. Well, the first one is just basically a review of that suite, which is.
Show me the street.
Okay, you come in right like and
Step
like
down,
that,
step
like
in.
that. So I come in like this,
Okay.
and then you make it now just like this. No,
He's just gonna step you up, but capture both legs.
Captain, so maybe he did it. That was me. No, he did.
Now you can get the person
This
taking
one,
a step.
he had it like this. He,
Yeah, you can, what you do, let me show you. So,
Oh, he did it?
no, it's, say, if you watch the video of the last session, I did this to Aaron, this exact thing. So, you come in, and this hand captures right here. You go to this side, so the hands come down, you take both things, and you get it, come up, and you can take that.
Okay.
So, what actually happened there, when I went here, I went like this, he put his hands down, I took the legs over, and I went this way. And then- But you have to have
Okay, but I have to get that other.
You have to have that, yeah, otherwise it's just
Just.
gonna take a big step.
Okay. So you come in. That's.
Yeah.
Okay. Then the other one, when he holds himself, like I tried to do the same thing, but so he holds himself, and I dig under, and come over like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Okay. So,
I don't know if I'm standing up.
you might not have been, you can do that from sitting. They have to have, you have to keep your hand out, you have to have a leg out
Yeah.
inside, but similar something.
You want me standing?
Sure, we can say it was. So you come in, like this, but you're not moving or whatever, I can't get you over. I dig under. I just do it one more time, that'll be good, I just wanted to review that. I did some other things.
He, when you're doing that one,
Yeah.
elevate,
Elevate the other foot?
yeah, elevate with this foot. And this one is more sideways than backwards. So if I want this under, I don't need I don't need him moving forward because I'm going this way with him, right? So I'm just going underneath, but you have to
Yeah, you have to
have,
have your head way up.
yeah, you have to go underneath more.
Can I just try that?
And
Right
lift.
over there.
Lift.
With this leg.
Yeah, it goes back to the side. There you go.
That was what I wasn't doing. I'm good with that. The only I can just keep looking at it. Options out of side control.
Options what?
Out of side. Somebody's got inside control. The only thing, my best move is I go like that and then Billy hits me. Like, I keep this on the head. I go like that, and then I go over it. That's what.
How do you roll them over?
Like that.
Yeah. How are you rolling them over? I don't understand.
Did you get on the inside? I'm rolling them over from, I have this on my hip, on his hip.
Uh-huh.
I'm putting pressure this way. He
Uh-huh.
pushes into me.
Yeah, so you're not gonna be able to roll them over unless you control that arm.
Okay, so like that.
Yeah. You have to control that arm.
But, maybe that's what I wasn't doing, but
Okay, so
I used to get a lot of people on that, like I've been able to lately.
let me give you a couple of thoughts on that. Come here. So I do this reversal a lot. So you can come on this side. So it's if I'm perpendicular to Aaron,
Yeah.
right? I have to lift. How much do you weigh? 190. 190 pounds with my forearm.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Now,
see.
if instead I get parallel to Aaron, I get really close, and then if I get Aaron on top of me, I only have to take what weight I get distributed onto my hips. So if I'm here and I try to lift and move Aaron over, I'm not going to get him.
But won't he want his knee a little bit on your hip, a little bit like wider like that? What would you do there?
If his knee was out,
Yeah.
I would use my leg and move this in.
So you make sure.
Yeah, and I've got options once I get his knees together where I can take him over here and then bring him across my hip. I don't want to try,
So
unless he
that's
has a
a lot.
belt,
Yeah.
I can do the harpoon sweep this way, but with no gi, I want to get side to side with him, right?
Yeah.
And then I just want to if he doesn't push back into me, I just shrimp back and bring my knee in, right? And I create space. He's going to want to change his position.
Right, he's gonna wanna get more on the side.
Yeah, he's going to want to drive, he's going to want to spread his knees out, he's going to want to get back.
Right.
To that, right?
So what you wanna do is you wanna get parallel with
Yeah,
him,
well,
as much as possible.
and it depends on which way I want to go. If I want to get his legs together, like this,
And then you just push him
I
over.
go this way, he starts to push back, then I go across my hip, but my point is I'm not taking him over my
Yeah,
chest.
because that's on it's their bench press.
Yeah, I want to take him over my hip. So, we're here, side control, and I'll show you guys a couple of options that we can do with this arm under. I get myself into like this.
So you just keep spinning around until you can get that leg in.
Yeah.
And he's gonna try to keep going like that.
Yeah,
right?
he's gonna.
So you're holding him with this arm.
Yeah, and he's going to want, he doesn't want my shoulder pushing in, he wants me, back flat, right? So I drive, and I feel like pushing back in, I take him over my head.
Oh, you alright, dude?
Ah, yeah, damn, dude.
Oh, I hope I didn't break it.
Oh, you look like your knee and then
I think it's this heel.
I went around your toes.
No, that's it.
Wonderful.
Now what if he has two, instead of going under the.
Well, let's work this. Let's first understand that it isn't this and this,
Uh-huh.
right? Because the reaction I get isn't going to be enough for me to roll over somebody who is equal weight or a little heavier. Joey or somebody really light, yeah, maybe. But we want to trap some legs like this. So now I've got legs trapped. And then I give a push. When I get that reaction back, now I'm able to drop my elbow, get my hip underneath, and roll back the hip. But if he doesn't react, if I get to this,
Then you just keep going.
Oops, sorry.
Oh.
bring a knee in.
You would just try to grab his leg and push him over?
Maybe. But for that, I would need him to go that way,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I move like this. I need him to want to go in that direction. And he can. And I have some people from here before, not as often, right? But it definitely, his reaction dictates what I'm doing,
Right.
okay?
What if he's really, really tight on you?
Like here,
like this,
cross-facing hold.
like what Jacob does. He gets rid.
Okay.
He holds you real tight. He
Yeah.
doesn't do too much with it, but he holds it
okay,
real tight.
so he's holding me really, really tight and not doing anything with it.
Right, he's just trying to like squeeze you.
What I would do is I would just make sure getting to mounts is going to be a challenge.
So you don't, I was told that you should put your leg over the other leg like that. Is that not a problem? Because it feels comfortable, I don't know. Okay, maybe it didn't.
I mean, if you do this,
Yeah,
if you do this, know that like he takes his arm and grabs my foot, like like you maybe do a toe, but his reaction is going to give me
An opening.
right? If we're here
He starts going
and
back.
he starts moving the hand back, I'm going to get an underhook. I'm going to start working, these things.
Yeah.
But we're here and he's just holding me.
Yeah, he's just holding you tight.
I may not be able to get out, but he's not doing anything either. He's not submitting me. I'm waiting for that moment when he wants to try something, right? And I don't always do this. A lot of times I'll do this. I'll put my right hip on his knee, and I'll have my left hip up. because what will happen is he'll have to move this leg to go to mount, right? And then when he goes to mount, I bring my leg underneath, and then I start working half guard. So I'm working off of his movement or reaction.
Yeah.
If I'm flat, if I'm like this the other way, and he brings that knee up to go, I don't have half guard anymore because I'm using the wrong hip. But if I get my left hip up and turned in like this,
Yeah.
now even if he does go to mount, even if he does, he's awkward, right? Because my left hip is up. I've got my right arm framed against his leg. I've got the ability to capture. I'm going to get to half guard. So if I lay flat, he's got everything he wants. Okay? I'm going to give just a twist on the hips. Give a frame. My frame is good. I'm not extending it to where I'm exhausting myself.
Yeah.
But my frame is good. I am not thinking to do this because he's going to wait for that and he's going to try to capture it, right? So and I'm not hugging because I want distance. If I hug him, that means I'm keeping him exactly where he wants. I'm just keeping my arm safe, okay?
Because if you let go, he's getting
Yeah, if I do this,
it's in trouble.
yeah, I can come in like this and maybe be okay, but if
You
he's,
wouldn't keep your hand across the
yeah, I can put my hand inside my chest.
Just,
like this.
just basically just trying to.
Yeah, I'm protecting it, but savvy person is going to make sure that they use their chin to not allow me to get things inside. I just dip his chin down, and I can't get that. Now my arm is out. Now he can find a way to attack it. Here, it's partially safe. Like this is okay. This is good protection. This is good protection. This is good protection. This is best protection, right? Having an underhook. So let's do this. We're going to be inside control. I'm going to have a frame. I'm going to lift my hips and put my right hip onto Aaron. I'm going to turn my left hip up. So almost like I'm trying to oopa,
Yeah.
but I'm not trying to drag him over because I know I'm not going to move him over. Okay?
And you're not going to be able to keep that position for that long, are you?
I'll stay with
Not bad.
it. Yeah, I'm not, like I said, he's not
What if he was really leaning into
you really lean into me. It's my
Your leg's
leg,
stronger than-
but it's, again, he's not doing anything,
Right.
right? If I was to overextend, if I was to really drive, he would wait until I collapse, then he'd go to mount, right as I drop, right? That's the timing of it. But I'm not driving him over. I'm just lifting my hips and I'm putting it on him. So now, if he doesn't clear that leg, I'm gonna threaten. I will do this, and I will start to move in and try to get him collapsed over. I may not sweep him, but I'm out,
Yeah.
right? So let's do that. And then we'll do when he goes to mount. So I've got my frame. I lift my hip and I turn, so my left hip is higher than my right hip. Okay? Aaron doesn't take the bait to go to mount, so I take my elbow. Now I bring my feet closer and I drive over. Okay? If he collapses, I turn my hips down and take mount, or take side control rather. And that happens, okay? Because I'm bringing his knees together. So I lift my hip, don't put your knees together yet. Yeah. So he's in the good spot.
Yeah.
Knees are far apart. I bring my hip up, I turn, he doesn't take the bait. I drive and I walk over and I fart, and then I shoot. We got a fart.
I think I'm gonna step away for a second.
The whole man fart.
What if he flattens himself out, or he's more of
Sprawling?
like
Bring your knees in. Oh, yeah, if he's that far out,
Yeah.
then you have access to get your knees in.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's do this real quick. But understand this way, it's hard to teach one technique.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Because
you have to really work off what they're
escaping,
doing.
this is what I'm doing when somebody gets a good, solid side control on me. I'm feeding my hip in, I'm seeing how they react. I turn my hip back, I try to capture a foot. If that's not there, I turn my hip back, I'm trying to capture a foot. I bring my arm in, I try to get underneath, get under. I'm doing like a dozen different escapes
And you just try
to get out, to see what he is going to give me, what I actually have access to, right? It's very rarely where I would say, okay, what you do is you get here,
Yeah, do this.
do this, and then you shoot back, and then you bring your knee in, and then you're taking a quad, and then you go to a quad, and then you go to the elbow. Like, it's very rare in side control escapes because as I'm in side control and I start to recognize where he's gonna go, so we're gonna just kind of go through some different types of escape. You know, I'm changing my position. You know, I'm moving my hips around, I'm attacking mountain and going north south. Side control is great because there's nothing keeping me down. Right? I can move and go all over. So it has to be a myriad of options that you have to be able to escape. Okay? But this is a good bait. So we're going to do this. This is a good bait.
Can you slide a little bit further this way?
So, again, his head's down, so I don't feel safe getting this in, but I would. Like if I can get my hand and my elbow inside, yeah, I'm going to do that and bring my knees in, and that's usually has a pretty high success rate.
So you just basically pushing his face.
Yeah, I'm just looking his face up and pushing away at the hip so he can't come back into me. But his chin's down. He's not letting me get my arm back in. I'm gonna lift my hip and put it on his knee. He doesn't take the bait, right? So I don't have half guard as an option. I bring my elbow out, I drive it in. He gives me a little bit back, so I push out. Now I've got my knees inside. Okay? Because like I said,
You wouldn't have tried to drive him over?
the likelihood of me being able to sweep him unless I totally catch him off guard
That would be tough, because
it's pretty low. Yeah, he'll put his arm out, he'll do things, but all of this is to create an option for me to escape. Okay, so drop my elbow inside. I walk, try to get those knees together. He opens up. I bring my knee in. Don't finish part way. Make sure you get all the way out. Too many people get to this, they stop, and then the person puts their hand on the knee, and they pass, and you're back to where you are. And I've seen you do that before too, where you get that knee, and then you stop.
Yeah.
All right, I've done all I can do. That's as far as I can do.
Yeah.
And then they pass again. So make sure you put your hip on the knee, capture, drive him over, out, back in, and then keep pushing, until either butterfly, full guard, or half guard happens. Okay? So then you're back.
Yeah, this side, this side.
Yeah, I like this side, this side. Camera can see it.
Keep your frame, like double in. Don't hug it back. That frame is there to push away. That frame isn't there.
So I don't need to grab him,
No.
just that.
Just that, okay?
And am I putting the elbow on my own body?
No, pushing, that elbow, that frame is to make it to where it's hard for him to put his hips into you,
Okay.
okay? And turn his.
And I shouldn't be like pushing out.
No,
Because that's the strength.
frame, it's just a frame, frame doesn't move, right? It's just a solid right there.
And then
Put your hip on, now turn your right hip up higher than your left. Yeah, just relax it, just relax a second. Okay, I don't want you to again, feel like you're doing a pupa.
Yeah.
You're just turning your hip and you're hoping that he reacts by going to knee on belly.
Yeah.
Okay? He doesn't, so you take your left arm out, straighten it, drop it, straight down. Yep, now drive in, walk closer. Now, you react, bring your hips towards me and bring your left knee in. Bring your butt towards me, left knee in. Yep, keep finishing all the way up. Yep. And there will be times you can sweep the person, not for a reversal, and when you sweep, you do a reversal. But it's just rare.
Right.
Right?
You don't count on it.
Yeah, don't count on
If
it.
you see it, you
If
go.
I was to say, here's a great reversal that works, I would be lying to you. Because it's easily defended. Okay? But it does create a reaction that is hard to defend. It's hard to defend you creating a reaction from him. Okay? Let's do it again.
So I'm gonna get the hip on there. Here. Drop it. What am I doing now?
Hips towards me. Yep. Keep pushing. I think you see the right hand is pulling his head down. pushing away.
Okay. So
Not
I'm not,
yeah,
this is,
no.
this is.
You
become
want to be pushing, because you'd much rather him just back up and walk away,
Sure.
because then you know he's not passing your guard.
But it's not putting myself at risk by pushing,
Where's it, to what?
I don't know, maybe some car bar or something.
If he was in side control, yeah, but he's not. You've got your hips out and your knees in, so then you can push. I wouldn't do this, like this.
Yeah.
And I'll get on guard, but this, I'm not gonna get on guard, right? This, I'm pulling him down while I'm here, he's gonna collapse on my leg, now I can't move, right? I've just locked it, but if I push him away, now I can get my obstacles in front of him. And that's my
I think
goal.
that's my own problem, like you say, I only end up halfway because I don't have the room, I don't think I can.
Yeah, just keep pushing. Your job is to get as many obstacles in front of him as you can, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna start with 1, right? Your knee. Then you go 2, 3
And then
with your hands,
4.
and then you're gonna get 4 with either your feet or closed guard.
Yeah.
And then you got all your obstacles in front of him. Okay. The more obstacles you put in front of him, the more difficult it is for him to maintain side control. So I would tell him, if you want to maintain good side control, you need to eliminate all those obstacles as they come in your way and limit it down to as few as
So
possible.
maybe like fighting my arms or something.
Yeah.
Pushing my legs down.
Yeah, so get your hip up, get into him. There you go. Straight out, make a good frame, push. Yeah, you get, yeah. Push. Yeah.
I don't know why I always had them.
Yeah, you only want a lot of people do it.
I tried one night.
Yeah, okay, next time.
Yeah, well, all I get to know is the basics.
Oh yeah, you got enough video so you can rewatch it.
Right, but the key is
Frame.
frame, so I'm not using energy. And I'm keeping him up, because say he was trying to crush me, this is frame, it's
Yeah.
kind of help hold.
Then it's only his upper body. If he lifts his butt up, or if he brings his knees
Then I
behind him,
turn.
you just turn your side and your knee in.
Oh.
Or you get your foot in.
But he wouldn't be able to sweep him because he had his arm.
No.
So that's this.
Move your butt out. Push. Nice. There you go.
Okay, good. That's a good one. Thank you. That's right here. I'll put one. Ways to, you know what? I find some of these guys come in like some of the newer guys like come in like this, and they just kind of dive into it. Now I know the one you showed me before. Can you just move a second?
Yeah, where do you want it?
Just kind of touch with me like this.
Okay.
Yeah, I know you told me that I'm like you push back, you kind of over, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Well, it's like push. Roll.
You're taking the leg out. Yeah.
Is there any other way or something? Because often I get caught, well, maybe they just make the move first.
So,
And then I get kind of pushed out.
if somebody,
And I have to scramble.
it's gonna depend what you're comfortable with, right? But if he steps in like this, I'm coming in like this.
Yeah, I am comfortable with that.
You know, I'm connecting to his leg and I'm connecting here.
And what if he pushes you over?
He's probably gonna go to a knee slice because he's not gonna be able to drive his knee that way. So I'm prepared to counter the knee,
What would you
knee
do?
slice.
Turn around like that?
No, he push me down, get to here, I kind of capture it, and I've got his leg, and I've got this. So now I can let him go here and come out to the back. And now he's got to figure out what I'm doing. But I 9 out of 10 times when I get to here, my hand just going to the hip, and I'm just pulling that leg out, pushing it. I mean, that to me is, so we're here,
What if he's got a little space on it? Like, say you're a little further back like that, and then you, but you would, like, if you were like that, I wouldn't be like this, would I?
No, if he's,
Like
well, it
that.
depends if you want. You might, like I do this to Matt all the time, because Matt will, like, not want to engage
Colin
into my
likes to
guard.
do that when he
So,
does it.
I would just do an ankle kick, right? If he's that far out, I just come up, take that leg, right? And then I pull or push, right? Pull and push. So, I may not take him down, like, if he's that far out, I'm just gonna pull that leg. I may not dump him back up a little bit. I may not dump him, but I'm gonna, for him not to go to his butt, he has to push towards me to get up on that leg, and I pull that leg through, and then I can start doing some other attacks.
So it's just a simple pull.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make him pull, just an ankle.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
You can do it from your knees, you can do it from your butt. Yep,
That's it.
that's it. These don't have to be always be like mind-blowingly difficult. You know, sometimes just a simple thing like pushing them over or pulling the leg. Because
Like
it's,
in my mind, what I'm thinking is I need to football practice guy.
no, it's exactly, well, you could do.
So you get over, you kind of dive into it.
Yeah, you could absolutely like come up and capture that and drive him over for sure, right? If he's on his knees like that, I can just come inside, just put my head in, and just capture both his legs.
And how would you make it so he can't get you until the kids?
My head's in the right spot. My head's in front of him. If I did this, I'm gonna get guilty.
Right. So you
But
have
not the end of the world. I do this. I just make sure that I pass to this side.
Okay.
It's hard for him to choke me if I'm on.
But what the proper position is you should be at his belly.
Yeah. So if I was to, I would come up to this, like this.
Sideways, not face forward.
No. Because if here,
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
I
I
think
think
we
we
can grab.
I made that mistake.
but if you do make that mistake, where you get here and put your head here,
Yeah.
and they start to reach for your neck,
Yeah.
just come up really tall and just connect, start working to get to his back.
Yeah, you know what I normally try to do? I try to push through.
Yeah, don't.
And try to grab his arm.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are good options. It's very simple. That's the way I like it. Nice and simple. That's not kind of, how about one arm bar positions?
Say that again.
One arm bar to do the one arm bars, like where you just hit one arm. Like say I have somebody in guard and they make a move, like
Violin arm bar?
Yeah, like that, something like that, or
One position. You can get those from anywhere. What
could you
position?
get up from mount if somebody's running you?
If somebody's mounting you, no, because they'll lumbar you first. Because you're gonna start to bring your arms away from you. And if so this is how it would work now. Is if I was able to do it, it would be I'd have to have his arm extended, and I'd have to pressure here like this without him putting himself down. He'd have to posture himself up, push for the right hand, to where this
Right.
arm isn't just flat on my back.
So the defense is just kind of just
Yeah.
sit like sway it.
Yeah, but it would be unlikely for me because to get it, I would have to create space, get to this, and this whole sequence allows him to get under my left elbow, and he's gonna attack me. So it wouldn't be wise to try it from that.
But how about from guard? You guys go a little bit further. Good.
So
Because when I'm in guard,
butterfly, close guard, inside your guard.
I have somebody in the guard.
Oh, yeah.
When I have somebody in the guard, you know, I don't know that many options. I try to sometimes do the Kimura and just spread out.
Okay, so whenever I'm doing it's called a crowbar. Anytime this arm comes in, and I do that, it's called a
Yeah.
crowbar. Okay, so what?
And I know the one that we did, that we have on, where it was from half guard, where we slide through, following the leg,
Mhm.
coming down.
Yeah. So if his arms are out here like this, my better options would be go for a Kimura, right? Try to get it. Or
What if his arms are on your stomach,
Yeah,
or pushing against you?
Yeah, like that, or
A lot of the guys kind of like, yeah, like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
so if I want to stop that, I just get behind and I bring my legs into my own arms.
Okay.
And if he doesn't, okay, put it right there. If he doesn't do anything, we're gonna just kind of like headbutt, and I'm gonna break his posture. Now I get to this, capture that arm, move off to the side, and I'm gonna do my violin arm bar, where I'm gonna let it go and capture my regular arm bar. So if you want to let's do this like elbows, like here, like trying to crush, that
Yeah.
people use their elbows to try to open up the guard, I'm talking about. So we're gonna take that, and we're gonna get underneath, we're gonna get a crowbar position, and then depending on his reaction, you're gonna sweep him, take his back, do an arm bar, do a violin arm bar, okay? So he's like, doing that ghetto thing that doesn't work, but people try it all the time. So I'm gonna go inside, and I'm gonna capture, and I'm gonna make sure my elbow is up, okay? And I'm trying to squeeze his arm and trying to pull his arm to my chest.
Are you squeezing with your head too?
Yeah, my head. What I'm trying to do is I don't want his arm to come up and over my head. Not the end of the world. I'll take his back. I'll get him to murder.
Could you? No.
No, his arms. Here.
Yeah, but you got one in, one out.
No, both arms are out. So I get like this, and I don't want to stay right here. I'm going to start to move off to the side and create a little bit of distance. Because now I can get this violent.
You need that space though.
Yeah, I need that space.
And again, you're kind of roll over.
Yeah, if I get
You
here,
want his elbow facing up.
yeah, if I get here and he doesn't want his arm straight anymore, and he pushes down, he curls around my head like that. Now I see. I get to here, and he brings his arm over my face. I capture here, and then your shoulder.
Is that the shoulder?
Yes, very right. So he does nothing. I move off to the side, knee up, get my finish. Okay?
Where are you grabbing when you're originally grabbing?
From the very start, it's just, it depends. Like this, if he's like, I'm sorry, Jordan will do this to me where he'll like grab my head.
Who?
Jordan Jackson. No, Jordan, big muscle kid.
You mean,
No, Jacob.
three different times.
Yeah. He'll grab my head, like try to put
Yeah,
pressure.
that's what he
I
does.
get my elbow under his chin. I move out, and I get just right here, and then I just drive this in and get my finish. If I get to here and he curls, I'm gonna put my elbow under his chin, plant my foot, make my adjustment, and sweep him over. I get to here, he brings his arm to the front. My left palm is ready to work, my right palm is ready to catch. And then I make sure that I don't let his elbow slip through like that. I keep down. Then I get the shot. Those are the things that I do for that crowbar from guard.
Yeah.
Want to try those?
Yeah, just go slow.
So tack this on if you don't mind.
Buddha belly. So here. So
Try to go to
this one.
Okay. Right on. So right hand. So you go through. Yep. Connect. Palm, like so you're gonna be right palm face. Yeah, like that. Elbow high, and then bring everything in. There you go. Now bring this knee up here. Touch my hand with your knee. There you go. Now this is gonna squeeze down right on the elbow. Yep.
This can't get a grip like this.
Just bring it down. So the elbow is pushing into your chest. Okay.
I think so, no?
You're not going to get enough range. So
Why did it get space?
yeah. No, not bring your body away from it. Push your body back. Here, knee down. Here, now do pressure down.
You feel it now?
Yeah.
Oh, not much. But it's the position.
Yeah, you have to be away from that.
I really what I need to do to get that space is I need this on his hip.
Yeah.
To push away, this way.
You need that leg up high on his shoulder. Do it.
Do you want to spin this way so you can see the camera? So when we spin, we face it that way. Let's flip it backwards to the camera there.
So bring him back. Let's dig in. So palm facing you. No, so okay, bring your leg up over his back real quick. Yep. Nice. Make a good bow in here and squeeze on the elbow.
Am I missing it?
You're not on the elbow. Is he not on the
I
elbow?
feel like his arms need to come tighter to his chest like you were doing, Tony.
So I need to turn around one like this.
Like,
And then pull your arm to you.
Okay. See, I had a lot of room in there.
Pull your arm to you.
Tony, can you do it to me one more time just to see where your arms were? There's something different about the heat.
Sorry.
Dig, so you dig in.
Here. I move myself
Oh,
over.
that's the foot you move yourself. You don't move yourself with
And
this
then-
foot.
I'm pulling. I'm at the elbow. I think you're maybe above it.
I
I feel
don't
like
have
his arms, if he was clasping his hands and he was like out, here. It was like his arms were at this angle and he was trying to like do it all with his elbow.
Oh, yeah.
See, yeah, it's like your body's doing it.
Yeah, I'm
It,
just.
So you're like hugging it like
yeah, he's
real
hug-
tight.
He's hugging it real tight.
And I was kind of just
You
doing
were kind of like, your arms were just like,
Yeah.
trying to do it like that.
No, stop. Look where this hand is. Why is this hand all the way out here? Don't, why do you have to, don't create all this big movement, right? You know where you're going, start from the beginning, close your guard, right? Your left hand needs to be close to where your right hand's gonna be. Go.
So I'm coming in here.
Yeah, there you go. That more. Alright, so you're on his tricep, get on his elbow. Hey, loosen up. You don't just pinch here and just hug here into your body.
What was I doing in the beginning? Because could you feel like what I was doing, like where I wasn't getting? Was I not squeezing you?
Well, I
kind
think
of?
Tony's like twisting his body into it.
So you're turning like over, kind
He's
of.
like using
See,
his
I'm
shoulder.
kind of like a little bit
I
facing
feel like
up.
you're using all arms and he's using his shoulder.
Body.
His shoulder and his arm is connected to his body.
And he's just
twisting his
turning.
body. Yeah. That's the difference I feel.
No, I think that's the case. Because I had a little trouble with it one day. Let's try it again. I'll just use the wall again.
Which means, so this knee needs to be up here. Yeah, okay.
Like he said.
No, don't just turn over. Bring your butt out, away from me. And then, now, squeeze onto the elbow. It doesn't have to elevate, I just mean.
I feel like I
just
have to, like,
mean
get up
when you
to something's
to here,
hard.
Get your butt away, a little shrink, a little shrink. Now, it's like a bow, right? You got, his arm is the string, your body is the bow. The closer I am like this, the more I'm pulling his arm.
With his
into me.
arms.
I wanna be out, so I've got range to pull his arm. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So give a little bit of a shrink with your left foot on the mat.
I'm just looking at my, I wanna make sure.
I looked over at you, I was like, what's going on out there?
Sometimes I just walked by.
Nice. Okay, now, one more shrimp out, just at your butt. Pinch your knee needs to be up at your shoulder. There you go. Your elbow, your arms need to be connected to your elbow, your arms triceps. Move your body backwards a little bit. There you go.
So it's really a spacing thing.
Yeah, it's totally a spacing thing. Like, if you don't have proper spacing on that, you can squeeze all day long and not do anything. You don't have to practice it, but then you have those two options. You got the
Yeah, the forearm.
forearm
If he-
sweep, and then you've got the
In the forearm sweep with the face, is if he does what?
you curls around your head. You captures your head. So
Just try it once.
So get your crowbar. He captures your head. He drives it forward. See how he's timing the armbar now?
Yes.
Put your left forearm under his chin. Bring your butt all the way to the outside. Yeah? Nice.
What was the third one?
And the third one is when he turns his arm in front. He tries to bring his arm in front. And then
Just capture.
capture it into the Americana.
Just we'll do it slow if you don't mind.
No problem.
So I'm going in here, I'm coming around, but he captures. Where does he capture?
So he brings his arm around. So he's here, right? You start straightening it. He brings his arm in front, and then you capture the corner right here.
Like that.
Yep.
Like this.
Yeah, but make sure his elbow stays in front of your
Like
body.
that?
Yeah.
And then just pull it out.
Turn your hips underneath.
Okay. Now, so I'd just be turning like that? I couldn't just do it with my arms?
No.
It'd be like a battle.
Yeah. Put your body into it. Now that you could do it with just your arm, but you want your body doing it too.
Any positions besides the honey hole to attack the feet?
Any other position other than honey hole to attack the feet?
Yeah, I'm just like, well, you know, I did two stupid things. Like, I had Colin in a pretty good position, and I don't know if it was, I had an inside toe,
and I just decided to go for a speed, and then he just took me back. You know, it was really stupid. And then I had to fight out of it.
Okay,
So, I mean, obviously I don't wanna turn my back, and I just wanted to.
let's do,
Don't. I mean, I like the honey hole, but the honey hole, the only way I get the honey hole is I kind of bait them by letting them get half guard. That's just the way, right? Like where I'm trying to slice through, and you catch me,
and then you back.
And then I backstab,
Yeah.
grab this, like this, and then I work the feet.
It's a great way, well, I'll give you another option. So, we'll do side control. So,
can you slide a little bit down that side?
so, what I do on this is I take advantage of what most people do, which is they have the legs up. So I slide my leg in, like that, capture, right? So all I'm doing is create side control, bring my leg in, capture the knee, fall back, attack, straight.
Could you do a heel hook there, Jim?
Yeah. But it's just setting it up in a different way, rather than just a knee slice to the backside. So,
Yeah, I never think of that.
here, I bring my knee up, I capture the leg.
So what do you do? You bait him by trying to like make like.
He's gonna have his legs up anyway, right? Especially if you try to stop him from going, hey, he's doing this, they stop you from going out. This is super easy setup. to
Then
get to it.
you guard your feet like you're gonna do it.
Yeah, I'll put my left foot on his hip because it's gonna be hard for him to capture my left foot before I get where I need to be. If I'm here like this and I don't have
Might be able to roll
control,
over.
he just has to walk his body this way. Even if I have his leg, just walk your body and he's out. Right? So I have nothing stopping that. I would just come over, back, get it back in, go again. I'd actually extend my legs so you can't get a heel hook on me. But anyway, that's a really nice way, and it baits other things too.
And
So,
you're not at risk for getting pushed over or anything when you come off of the.
like come out
side?
here and he pushes me over and he's pushing me to get to his legs.
Right, okay. But I mean, as you're coming off, so you just have to do it really fast.
No, it doesn't have to be fast.
How are you?
I just have to
How are
do-
you keeping him in control, like down?
I bring my head in.
Oh, so you're still holding him down while you're doing it?
Yeah, and then, if he doesn't want me to go back to my butt, he may go that way, then I come into this. Now I can get him out really easy off of that. So, a lot of times when you get to here, they try to turn away, so you just try like this, and then you just switch your knees, and over the leg, and then over that.
I feel like there's more that you have better things to do from side control than from full mount.
I do too. I don't go to mount. I don't want to. I only go to mount if I want to tire somebody out, and then I'll go to side control.
Like with mount, really the only thing I see are Americana, which I certainly is one of my go-tos. Or I even like to do that from side control actually.
Yeah.
But the only kind of choke really is like the one where you get the arm like in there, with the head, head on triangle.
He shuts their side control finish it.
Do you? Yeah, because you have to tighten it up.
Yeah, most.
And also, from mount, can't you get like that, if you get your head under?
A triangle from mount.
Yeah. Is that like? Yeah, those are pretty basic.
Yeah. So I'm in mount. I'll do Ezekiel. I'll set up one of those, of course.
You can do Ezekiel with
Yes,
you can do an Ezekiel with no gi,
Yeah. You just come under, arm across, grab here.
and you're just basically holding your arm.
Just holding it on. I'll do. Actually, I guess I'll do attack more for mount than anything because.
You have a lot of things.
Yeah, I'll do a shoulder choke, I'll do arm in triangle, arm out triangle.
What's a shoulder choke? Just one like this.
Yeah,
and just have it. Just
I back up and get my shoulder under their chin, then just drive my shoulder into their
And
chin.
you have the other arm like under it as well.
No, the other arm's usually under his armpit on the other side.
But do it to me.
That's a what show, Jim?
Yeah, it's right to the front.
So it's tricky?
Yeah, so I'll back up, go this.
It hurts like the back there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an easy
Yeah.
one.
Can I just try that one thing, one time, just.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, we can show.
I say the thing that Corey got caught in, I did it to somebody. just like that. And then I'm like, oh my god, that is so mean.
Yeah, that's something Matt would do.
Yeah, that's something that would do.
Matt is like, he'll elbow me in the face and everything.
Yeah.
You wanna do the mounted, shoulder trim?
No, what I wanna do is, I just wanna get the positioning on that. The
Leg?
The,
Right, get side control? Yep.
So you lift your leg,
Yep.
and all you do is,
Now bring your right arm back. Trap the arm, leg. Yep, cup the 5. Yep. Now that's called saddle.
and you still hold it in the air,
Now you can bring that arm back because you don't want him to hold on to your arm.
and I'm falling
Otherwise.
out of my butt.
Yep.
Then,
Yep. That way.
here, and I'll slide, just going back this way.
And then if you want to put your right foot inside to get to honey hole, left foot inside to get to honey hole, you can. If you want to put your left foot on his hip,
But I'm not good right here. 'Cause he
no,
could just come
like I
over.
said, he can kick his leg over and just move his body over
So yeah, I can go like that.
inside though.
So I have to go like that. And then I just work it.
Yep.
So it's one.
yeah, no problem, man.
So it's here, kind of sneaking. Up here. Alright, so I have to get this over.
Or onto his hip.
Oh, like here?
Yeah.
Oh, that might be easier. And I'll just go back.
That way you can control that he can't get his hip across your leg.
And then my foot's not at risk over here.
He can pull on it, start to find a
So I have to finish fast. That's cool.
That's a nice, even if he doesn't have his leg like this, he's just like this, you just go side control and just keep your knee underneath, right here, and then bring your leg up, and it'll capture his leg. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would just be like, so if he goes like there,
Yeah, just side control, just walk your leg underneath, and then lift it up, and then capture it. Yep.
and when do you put your foot through?
As I fall back. Yep.
Well, I think I like that on the head.
Pinch your knees. Yep.
You gotta do it fast because if you can, so you feel like you can get that thing out of there.
It's gonna be hard for him to get. It takes movement to get him out of that position, and as he moves, you just go belly down, and you get back to where you want it to be anyway.
Let me see if I can get it like just so that. Capture it. Would that be all right? I got it. This is ideal. Well, that's everything I got on this.
We got 5 more minutes. So.
Okay. Okay, how do you position? I get the guy often when I'm on mount, get my arm on and I want to get his arm in there, and I always have a hard time.
To get
It's
what?
like, to get the choke.
The arm triangle.
Yeah, and I always get it caught on his face.
Okay.
And I'm
Show me your
still-
socks. I'll get up the man on there.
I'll go like this. I'll get this thing pretty deep. And I'll put it on pressure. And I'm trying to pick this thing up. I always have to get it.
You never get it today.
I hear, but it seems like he's got his
Do it
chin.
maybe like this? or-
Yeah, like that.
That's me.
Or you say,
You got
you
your chin, and
you're
you're
saying
in the chin. Like, close your chin. Like, so I'm like pressing against his chin.
That's good. That's doing a good spot. But you're trying to finish. Like I said, like I can finish from that, but I've been doing an arm triangle for 20 years. Okay.
So
You
you
need
would-
to
you
go
would
to
go
the
to
side, or you need to twist it up. Okay? So let me show you. I'm gonna show you the trick. I'm gonna twist it up. Just do this slow because it can put it can put pressure on it. So I'm under the head.
Yeah.
He's gonna be here. I'm gonna capture his hand. I don't want his arm to move until I want it to move. I get underneath. I walk like this. Right? Walk until I get to his head.
So you hold his head?
Yeah, so I'm going to use his head. Now, my base is wide, right? Because as I do this, I don't want to get rolled over to that side. So I get here, my base gets wide. Okay? Now I'm going to just move this over, move this over, pop it get to here. We're gonna make the choke grip, my hand goes to his head. Okay, that's what I say, if you put your arm in like you're on the phone, it doesn't matter. Because my hand can be here. Now I'm gonna bring like this, lock my foot up, and I'm gonna pull him to me. So I'm putting,
Where's the pressure?
the pressure is this way, like that.
Oh, so it's like a neck crank?
Yeah, it's like, well, it's pushing his neck into the choke. It's doing this. That's what I say, do it slow because you're bending their neck. But this, I'm sorry, like,
Yeah.
I've never had anybody not tap
Yeah.
when I do this. And I don't do it very often because I've hurt a couple people, not intentionally, but people.
When you're doing it, let's say if they fight or something.
Yeah, I just do it, and people have these bad necks, right? So anyway, I get to here. So whether he's answering the phone, whether it's all the way past, my position, my head's still the same. I'm putting my head into his.
So this is the head neck triangle.
Yeah, this is the head I'm trying.
What's the one where you try to get this one, like, on his neck?
Like this. That's the inside arm triangle.
No, it's not.
The head and arm triangle, like
That's the one.
is this right here. But what people do, they'll just bend it like that.
Okay, and if they do that, then
Then no matter what, if it's all the way through, like this, I still do this. Okay? And 9 out of 10 times, I'm gonna get there and I'm gonna finish it here. Okay?
Because
Because
where are you putting the part? You pulling them out?
I'm pulling my elbows to
Oh, you're doing it like you're doing a rear
We're gonna
neck.
get choke, right? But if it's not there, and I do this easy, you see I'm blocking my foot up.
Yeah.
because I've popped people's ribs before too. And I'm gonna pull him to my leg.
Okay.
So now he can't go any further, and I just pull. I just bring him to me. I'm telling you, like this, when I got caught in this, the black belt did this to me, I'm like, I need to freaking learn that. Show that to me. And now, like, I'll get to even if it's a half-ass one like this, I can still get.
What if he's like going like to his chest? He's like just holding his arm to his chest like that.
Then you lock it up. So if I want
Like tight.
like that,
Just like, yeah, just tight in the elbows tight. Yeah, just kind of like.
like, do I want an arm triangle or do I want to open them up? What do you
Open
think?
them
Well, if
You just take your arm and open it.
yeah, I would just open them up. Or if he's like,
If you're able to open them up like that.
I would get like this and I would trap that arm and that would slide up. So now I've got his arm so I can attack him.
If you can get him like open up like that, it seems like the Americana's easiest.
Yeah, well, no, he'll defend it, but that's actually really hard to do. It is really hard for me to do this and push that arm down without me having to let go to do this because he's gonna try to push me over. So what I do is I get underneath and I capture the arm like this. So now I've got the arm pinned and I've got like pressure going this way, so I can slide up to it and I can get Khmer grip. That's like, again, I'm telling you things like I would normally do. When a person is like that, right, cross, with this it doesn't matter as long as I can get underneath, but I prefer to get here, and then I just put my body on it.
Bad shoulders or whatever.
Yeah, I put my body on it and I slide. And that gets him to open up. And that gets me where I want to be. That make sense?
Yeah. So, I'm not gonna do it.
No, go for it. Whatever you wanna do.
So, you get this arm under.
Yep. Lock it up, put your right arm behind his elbow. Walk right now. Now, cup his head. As far to the other side as you can get.
Right on my head here.
Yep. Now, you can use this hand. Once you get to that, let go of your own arm. Let go of your arm. Put your hand down on the mat. There you go. Now, you can take this hand and you can pull his arm through. Use this hand. And, no, to the outside. Outside.
Oh, like that?
Yeah, get it out of.
Where's my head supposed to be?
If your head's gonna go to the other side of his elbow.
It seems like I wouldn't have the strength there this way.
No, you're not, you're pushing it towards me.
Oh, something like this.
Yeah, and put your head to the other side. Yeah, you just try to get that arm to the other side.
Oh, that's maybe.
Yeah, no, not to squeeze. Get into position. Okay, now put your hand on his arm. Like that. Put your forearm against his face. Now, slide your right knee behind your right arm, elbow. Yep. Now, you sit back on your butt a little bit. Lift your left leg up. There you go. Now keep circling a little bit more. Okay, now pull him and get your right knee behind your elbow. There you go. That's what you want to see.
You feel that?
Yeah, but you can finish it, man, don't worry about it.
No, I mean, if you're feeling it, I can do it.
Well, I wasn't really feeling too much, but it was like, I'm starting to get there, I just, you can finish it. I want you to get to where you can do it.
So, walk.
No, don't pull it there. If his arm's here, if his arm's here, you want it here. Okay, you don't want it here. But what I'm saying is, get a really true grip. So bring your elbow in close. Like that. Okay?
Yeah.
Get that hand in. Now, slide your left leg up behind your knee. Or behind your elbow. Further. Get behind your elbow. There you go. Now, walk this foot up like you're going to go to an arm bar. There you go. Now, pull him into here. Pull him into your knee.
It's interesting because where are you feeling it?
It's on this side, but I mean, I think that Tony, wasn't your like leg kind of in that S mount?
Yeah.
More like?
Kind of that's not kind of, it doesn't have to be all the way across.
Yeah, I feel like you were pulling up and Tony was pulling to the side.
Yeah, I'm pulling him into.
Yeah, you're always going like this. If you
No,
were
you
going
can
straight
put it
across.
into when you put it like that.
Yeah.
So it's like.
Well, what I'm doing is, I'm not using my arm thing. What I'm doing is, I'm getting like this, and then I'm bringing him to me, but he can only go so far because my right arm is like this.
So it's just.
So my right arm is framed up against my knee.
Imperative that you have it against you.
Yeah, it had.
Now, if you don't have it against you, you can't get it done.
Yeah, you just try to do a different one, but you should. I mean, there's nothing stopping you from putting your knee. So my head's in, so he can get his arm down.
And it doesn't matter if it's not against his neck.
But
It can be against his face, right?
I'm missing his temple right now.
Like his arm is against his face. It's not.
Yeah, his arm is right.
So it doesn't matter.
It's all seemingly coming from this side.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of bending your.
It's like my neck is going, my head's going this way, and my neck is going that way. That's the pressure.
So I open him up, I slide, and I don't really feel like I'm not home. It's
So you don't even have to work your left leg.
no, my left leg's where I want it.
Oh,
I don't want it back here, because I don't want him pushing me off. I want to pull him in tight.
But the three keys is getting this going across. If this is not across, you can't get it.
His arm can be like this and all.
So
His arm can be like this.
and you're just trying to get it
out
out
there.
there. Yeah, you're just trying to put it away so you can't.
Yeah, I just need it in this space, right? Otherwise, he can slip his head. I need this
So
arm.
that kind of holds his head in place.
Yeah,
And Tony's also using his leg. He's twisting his leg into my body.
yeah. I'm pulling here, pushing here. Right?
So it's not just arm.
It's like a sand. It's like a.
Yeah. And also remember, you're wanting to ratchet, right? To make chokes tighter. You're ratcheting, right? You're not just don't just grab. So if you watch what I do. Whenever I set up a choke, I don't just grab.
Yeah.
I turn my palm up and then I turn it down. And that takes basically I just grab.
Right, that's what I do.
Now I turn and ratchet and makes that much tighter. And I slide, put my leg in. Same thing with the darts. We're gonna do this with the darts. To ratchet it.
I was on top of it for a while, and then but he just like this. He didn't go. Then
I didn't put a whoop. I just didn't let him rest. Because he kept avoiding me yesterday.
Matt?
Yeah. He's like, no, I'm rolling this person. Come on, Matt, no, I'm rolling this person. Come on, Matt, no, I'm rolling this person. No, God damn it, you're rolling with me.
Will Height?
Yeah. You're rolling with me now, Matt.
They're just tracking him down.
No, I'm rolling with Michaela. Oh no, I'm rolling with Eli. Oh no, I'm rolling with Otis. Oh no, I'm like, no.
No.
You're rolling with me.
That's